it's going.
Yep, there it goes.
So does that mean that nothing has been, all right, so we started our meeting at 6:31. We've had one public comment so far. This is the second.
Hi, my name is Jen Sutton. I'm a resident of Star Prairie, an employee, teacher at the high school, and I also have 2 children at the elementary and JK buildings. And just wanted to share, I did see that item agenda number 12, the additional in-service days is being discussed, and I just wanted to provide a little insight for that discussion. And thank you for taking the time to listen. I wanted to start by saying thank you to our administration. Our principals have been working crazy, just like the teachers have, and they've been super supportive, attempting to get us the technology that we need, coming up with ways creatively to continue keeping school open at the high school with the option to learn anywhere now, the option to, access materials synchronously, asynchronously. I mean, it's been crazy, and I'm super thankful for the support that I've had from the principals, and from a parent lens, the work that's being done to, keep my own children safe. It's obviously very apparent, and the teachers have been, working nonstop to make it happen. And with one of my child's classroom being closed, the creative ways that the teachers have come up with to work with the kids has been just absolutely awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And from the teacher lens, I am just, I have no idea what the survey results are, and I know that that'll be part of the discussion, I'm sure, but the additional in-service days and the opportunity that provides for us as teachers to be able to continue doing the work that we need to do, between having the number of distance learners that we have because of close contact, and allowing kids to choose to not be here with the Learn Anywhere that we're running at the high school. I have upwards of 15 students in class, and maybe another 15 on the computer any given day, and to be able to manage that and work with that, just that additional time is I'm no less than begging at this point that we have that time for our teachers. To be able to keep working at this pace is very tough. So, just hoping that you're really considering adding those days in as soon as possible. And I get the burden that it's going to add to families, but from my own children's standpoint, who will need childcare on those days, we will make it work because I think it's in their best interest as well. So I really appreciate even considering the idea of it, and I really hope that this can be something that gets put into place ASAP for our students, families, everyone involved. I think it's just a huge, huge, huge part of our schedule. Thank you.
We're kind of done with that. Oh, here they are.
Oh, here we go.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. So I think we have all 3 of you on the screen, but we'll just have you go one at a time.
Okay,
So I think we're gonna,
so we should mute when the other person's speaking,
Yeah.
correct?
yeah, please do.
Yeah. Let's see how to mute.
There we go. Okay,
All right, so Cindy, you're still on volume, so if you want to start, go ahead.
Okay, I will start then. First of all, sorry for the short notice I gave to the board about speaking tonight. But I am concerned about the current platform of ingenuity that the kids are using for the distance learning. And it's unfortunate that the company that posts this platform has failed all of us in many ways. The promises of licensed teachers and chances kids to have their work graded will not be punished, since everything was late, they didn't get support for weeks. I think that's a failure. I also have one of my middle school students who was marked absent for days incorrectly. Apparently, if a student moves around between classes, then it appears like maybe they were not in class at all. The workloads on this platform seem unrealistic. Assignments are coming through requiring us to own or go out and buy equipment for classes such as science and photography. I've been in communication with Brandon Berry for these types of issues. What he suggested to skip assignments my daughter was unable to do for missing or needing teacher's guidance for this equipment. This meant falling behind through something we couldn't control. Having Brandon Berry as the main contact person seems great in theory, but when 41 to 90 students need technical support or other help, it seems to be not enough. And I'm not faulting him for something that maybe he didn't realize he was taking on. The platform also makes additional workloads that are being assigned and making it look like assignments are now due on the weekends when it's not a school day, so the kids feel like they're falling further behind. My request is that the district consider other platforms for next semester. I know that schools in Minnesota are still using Schoology as one. I've heard that's successful in Invergrove Heights, and I know they use it in St. Paul. So just asking the board and the district to look at other platforms. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
All right, we'll go to Becca next.
Sure. Yes, again, first of all, thank you for letting us speak today. I do want to just quickly preface, I did speak with Trish Sheridan today. I felt like that conversation went really well. Even though that took place, and there's a few things that I now understand, I'm going to continue with what I had prepared, and then just understand that Trish and I had talked about some things. I want to start off quickly by just saying, first of all, it means so much to us to be able in our family to have, in our situation, the opportunity to, and she taught me not distance learn, but virtual learn this semester instead of having to be in face-to-face. So we really do appreciate that opportunity. And I also want to preface my remarks with none of what we're talking about today I want anybody to take personally. I just really feel like we need to address some of these issues and challenges and share our experience, because what I think you might be hearing is definitely not the experience that many of us are having. I also want to say that one of the pros of using Edgenuity is that having a set curriculum versus having to create or purchase our own is something else that I really appreciate. Concerns that I have start with the snowball effect. So basically, we started a week later than the face-to-face. For the first 2 weeks, we were told, oh, we don't have teachers yet, hang on, they're coming. But in the meantime, work towards an 8%, work on the percentages, try to learn on your own. A week and a half later went by, if my estimations are correct, and we are still being told, oh, here's the departments, you can reach out and connect to them and they'll email you back, but realistically, nobody was actually behind those Edgenuity departments, so we didn't ever get any responses back. By the time we started receiving the awesome emails from Somerset admin and staff stepping up, it was around October 5th, and then some of those teachers still needed like another week to acclimate to the program themselves. And so we're left with 4 to 5 weeks out, and we've had to learn on our own. I can only speak to my family's experience and what I've heard from others in our private Facebook group, but this has been a huge challenge because many of the students had to go back then in order to improve grades and ask for those to be unlocked. And in the Edgenuity platform, you can't continue in the future until you've done whatever's unlocked. You have to complete that first, and it goes step by step. So basically, in many ways, they wound up doing double and in some cases triple the work. And therein, we had some behavior issues and whatnot. Also, I wanted to address, and I was just telling these parents, one of the things that we've been hearing in communications from Brandon is about idle time. And what we finally figured out, because of our family situation, is that in the Edgenuity platform, on your end, or whoever is doing it, Mr. Barry's end, when the kids are actually researching it in Google or using Khan Academy because the Edgenuity videos are not understandable, it's still running that clock, but to you guys, it looks like idle time. And so for us, and I can, Danielle and Cindy can speak to this, and others if they want to contact you, we are literally spending 6, 8, 10, sometimes 12 and 14 hours on this program to meet the requirements and the pacing percentages. And in those terms, if you think of that hours, it is completely unrealistic. Now, I also want to clarify that my children are both on IEPs. They need more time to process, and they're also in honors and advanced classes. And so that may be part of the problem where that combination is not conducive to being able to meet, the calendar and whatnot. Those are some issues, but the pacing percentages actually, in my opinion, give us less flexibility than what we had anticipated and what we were promised. I also want to talk about the wait times. Again, so grateful for Somerset teachers, recognizing that they have full-time jobs, families, many of them are dealing with quarantines, and then taking us on as well. Deeply appreciate it. However, it does cause an issue where if you have to wait for a teacher to grade your classes and they have other obligations before you can move on in the platform, you might, in some cases, lose up to 24 hours and in some cases 3 to 4 days.
Hey, Becca,
Um,
I'm sorry, I didn't start a timer when you started, but
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Can you tell her,
Yep.
Asia?
Am I over the time? I'll continue.
Yep,
I had one quick thing I wanted to also just speak to, the SPED accommodations. I'm wondering, and I did ask Trish this, but I wasn't sure, we had to go on, I'm
hey,
not sure.
Becca, Lori did ask if you could, stop your comment for time.
Oh, sure, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'll have to, okay.
All right, Danielle, we are ready for you.
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, so I just want to say, like the lady said, thank you for taking the time to listen to us.